Hey everybody, Amber here at 6 a.m. over at the Freedom Boat Club, picking up the Defiance 220 Admiral EX, which is this guy right here. Looks like we got a little wind blowing. Let's see what's out there. Just gonna go hit some structure and hopefully get some sand bass. Probably catch and release day. Just gonna be slow pitch jigging. Let's have some fun. Give some head shakes. See what it is. Oh yeah. Start the morning off with a bass. Little sand bass. Woo! Nice one. That's a big boy. That's what we're talking about. Hadn't seen a fish in a while. Good start to the morning. Oh yeah. Booyah. Let's send it back. Thank you, Mr. Bass. Perfect hook set. Let's not get crazy. All right. Looks like the fish finder's beeping like crazy. Let's see if we get hit on the drop. Right. Dropping down. Dropping down. All right, we're at the bottom. Let's see if we get any customers. And we're on. Feels good. All right, bring it over here so you can see it. Woo! Wow, this thing is pulling. Here it comes. Woo-wee! That's a big boy. That's a hog. Look at that boy. Woo-hoo! Oh yeah. Nice clean hook set. On the drop. Fish finder showed fish. Dropped it down. Instant hit. Let's go. Very happy with that. Thank you, Mr. Bass. You're a tough customer, man. You're fighting that thing all the way up on that slow pitch jig rod. And this is that current sniper, cold sniper, 110 gram. Fish finder's going off again. Let's get him down. All right, down he goes. Down the current sniper goes. Let's see if we get hit again. Get it right off the back of the boat. Let's see. And we are on again. Looks like this is the bass zone. They're spawning right now, so they are just eating anything. Here we go. Calico. Oh yeah, nice little calico. Like I said, the fish finder is firing up. We're in 91 feet of water, and this is that current sniper. It used to be called the cold sniper, 110 gram, on my slow pitch jig rod with the Penn Fathom 10 extra narrow 20-pound line. All right. There he goes. Let's get back down there. All right, fish finder's showing a lot of activity right now. I'm just gonna go straight down and see if we can get bit on the drop. Well, it's been a couple hours. All the fish have disappeared off the fish finder. Searched every piece of structure out here. Sun's starting to peek out. That's the good news. But I'll keep you guys updated. Hopefully, just really been trolling around at about 5 knots, searching every single piece of structure, and Barely anything on the fish finder. I think the bite's just really slow today. Woo! It's been a while. Finally went to an old faithful spot we had marked where we always find bass. Here it is. Nice little sand bass. Oh yeah. It's literally been about 2 hours since I've caught a fish. I think we're back in business. This spot looks really good again. Perfect. Beautiful specimen. Still on the cold sniper. The current sniper. Haven't removed it yet. Just gonna fish that all day. And that was the last fish on the fish finder. I see nothing else. Oh yeah, fish finder's beeping. Just dropped straight down. We're in a good zone. It's not a ton of structure, just enough structure where I think all the bass are hanging out. And we got a calico. Woo! Beautiful fish. Man, I love these things. All right, let's not stress them out too much. Let's get it back in the water. Booyah! There you go, buddy. All right. How's the fish finder looking? Nope, nothing down there. It's really been sparse today. Water temp, yeah, 64 degrees. About 5 degrees colder than it was when we had a really good bite a couple days ago. Sun's peeking out. Beautiful day. 3rd of July. Vacation time. Oh yeah, hang on Jeff, I'm catching fish.
Nice.
Woo! On the phone with my cousin Jeff while catching a fish. Let's see what it is. Oh yeah, nice Calico Bass. There it is. On the GoPro, baby.
That's a contract where I relayed your information to a tenant who now is in a long-term lease. There's financial legal obligation that I'm tied into now where I relayed wrong information, right? You can't be telling me that a 110 outlet, which I can plug in my phone to at home in my fucking office, is considered an EV spot.
Yeah.
You know, like when you say EV spot, you gotta be talking at least level 2, 240V or higher to actually say it that way. Like if I ask you a question.
All right. That's how you catch a fish while making a phone call, in case you guys are wondering. Looks like we're right by the break wall. Bunch of calico out. So let's see if we get bit again. All right, got a fish on. Yee! Look at that rod bending. Feels like a calico, maybe? Sand bass. The old guard right here. I threw on a smaller hook because they were getting hooked kind of weird. One was kind of close to its eye, so I got this little tiny hook in here now. I just want to see if I could set that little tiny hook. This is designed for like a 60-gram jig, but I do kind of like it. You know, if you can get a good set in its lip, you can see it's not even through the lip. Just barely in there, barely hooking the fish. With this slow pitch jig rod, if you just keep tension on that rod, you can keep the hook in its mouth and then it should just pop right out, super easy. This fish calms down a little bit. Might have to lip it. There we go. All right. Yep. And there he is. All right. Yeah, I did lose one right before this. Dropped it back down and then this guy hooked up on it. I think that hook is just too small, but I did want to try that tiny hook. So it doesn't work that well, but if you can keep the tension on the rod, and I think you really got to yank up and set that hook, and then it should be okay. But then, you know, like I said, my fear was the last one, the hook was just a regular assist hook, and it looked like it was almost going through the fish's eye, which I don't like. It's getting real close, so I figured I'd try a smaller hook. I think I need something in between. All right, I think that might be the last fish of the day for me. It's about 12:30, grinded it out. There's a couple hours, didn't catch anything. Tried a bunch of different structure, 120 feet. Worked this whole entire zone, deep, shallow, and just found a couple pockets of bass. That's all I caught today was calicos and sand bass. And they were just in these isolated little pockets. I just trolled around at 5 to 8, 10 knots. And just kept looking for fish on the fish finder over structure. And that's what I did. I didn't really fish spots too long because when I did, I wouldn't catch anything. When I saw the marks on the fish finder over some structure, I would just drop. But yeah, the bite was kind of weak today. I got lucky, probably caught about 10 fish. But it was a grind. Sun came out, beautiful day, 3rd of July. Right, everybody, have a happy 4th of July. Until next time, Amber with We Fish SoCal. Booyah!